Sending my stream out right now. Hmm? Let me add me some text right at the bottom right here. So we ain't gonna start till 9:30 in 2 minutes. One minute we started. Good morning, people. Welcome to another edition of Real Talk TV here on AOC Community Media. That's Cox 15 and LUS Channel 3 in Lafayette, Louisiana. We have a great show today. We're going to get right into the heart of it. We got a great guest. And I want to apologize to all those who are trying to view on LUS. LUS channel is down in Lafayette, but we got the 5 parish area of Cox Cable. And please support community media. Please support AOC Community Media. And I'm rolling to you in my undisclosed location at my home studio. Sister Khadija, if you're looking, check out this shirt right here. You know, shirt designed by Brother Jay. And I'm also rolling on my new PTZ camera, much like AOC. So I'm bragging today. But we have a great guest I'm going to brag on right now. We're going to try to bring him up in a second. None other than the Reverend Raymond Brown. Raymond Brown's a New Orleans activist. He's always at the forefront of fighting for everyone. Sister Khadija is very familiar with Reverend Brown. We're going to bring him on right now. Welcome, Reverend Brown.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning, my good brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
What's going on, man? We got so much going on.
Oh, man.
Looking smooth and sharp.
I think
Maybe the haters might take a cue from you and quit dressing like the end of the world and start dressing like yourself.
Well, thank you for bringing me on Real Talk,
Right.
The best internet, provider that, putting out the information that we need throughout Louisiana. I want to thank you for being the forefront of the struggle for justice, because we, many people want to talk about everything but the real issues. But when you come on Real Talk, we are definitely talking about the real issues.
Right.
Okay. So, thank you for being there for the community. Okay. And the vision that you have and all the things that you have done that people don't really realize. But I know that you have been in the forefront of fighting many of these battles.
Right. Sometime
behind the scene, you help organize things that they don't know. Say, well, Reverend Brown, he did this. No, wasn't with Brother Jay, it would have never got done. A lot of times, when Dr. King was out there in the spotlight, it was other people that was behind the scene organizing. He just had that voice. He just had that swag. He can come and speak and ignite, but it took organizing. You are an organizer. You're one of the best television, radio, television journalists. You are a journalist, activist, and people got to understand that. So I want to thank you for bringing me on. Yes. Because like I said, your show, the BOK in New Orleans, I want to appreciate y'all because many of these shows, they are preconceived notions on who they want to come on. They're going to water it down. They're not going to say the things that need to be said because they are beholden to somebody, grant, money, or the job. And we cannot be handicapped or incarcerated by other people.
Right.
You went off the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, you still on, Red.
Brother Jay, I can't see you.
All right. I'm gonna bring you back.
There you go.
Give you that full screen.
There you go. That's good. No, keep it just like that.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Like I said, me and you talked about a lot of issues. I think that the issue now is, of course, unfortunately, the hurricane is going on. That's a big issue. Me and you talked about that.
Right.
Our people are suffering and dying. So we sent out our condolences, of course, of people who died, in South Carolina. And also, we want to tell those who are in the path of Milton, we pray for you. We wanted to say that because this, the Republicans are saying this is not climate change, but we know that the waters are hotter now. We know that the oceans are not like they used to be. We know that these turbulent hurricanes and storms is disrupting people's life. Okay? Some people never put their life back together. They lose their home, their cars. They don't have the insurance. They don't have the money to put their life back together. So this is very important. But the Republican will say, oh, no, it's just God. It's just an act of God, just an act of nature. No, we know that this is bigger and that we must address climate change. Talk to Mark about it. Mark gonna come on your show anytime now. I talked to Mark Murray about the climate change. Yeah, the climate change situation. And we was talking about it. But so we got issues of election, racism. Racism have like bloomed. One of y'all congressmen, Clay Hagan, said some very negative stuff that went national. Just recently, 2 days ago, a day ago, Governor DeSantis didn't want to speak to the vice president because she's black. For what other reasons? What other reason what other reasons are there to not speak with her? It's only because of the color of her skin.
Well, Ray, if I put up that tweet, I want to find out if you could analyze it. He's talking about the Haitian, right? Talking about the Haitians, how wild they are, how they eating pets and they engage in voodoo and everything else. They slapstick gangsters and all that. But we know about Clay Higgins. And we in the heart of Clay Higgins' country. We know his real record. We know he's a coward.
But let me say this here. Let me say this. Mm-hmm. The leadership, me, including me, because actually I feel that I'm a son to y'all in that area. I feel that I'm a part of y'all. I'm a brother. And that I'm a part of the family, the Lafayette, New Iberia area, Abbeville. I'm a part of y'all family. And so I blame myself. We all should come together and speak out against Clay Higgins, Congressman Clay Higgins. Because when a congressman can say something and his constituency are silent, it's like saying, you know what? We support what you're doing, man. And I know that many people are not, thousands are not pleased with his comments about black people. I'm not even gonna say Haitians. They're black people to me. I don't care where you live. If you're of the African diaspora, you're a part of our culture, our lineage. When you attack them, you're attacking me.
Well, Rev,
I think that's kind of woke up. It kind of woke up some of our activists. Go ahead.
They seem to lose history. And we know the history of Louisiana and the history of Haitians. The Haitians have a deep connection, a significant connection in the forming of the United States of America. We know after Napoleon, who's another Frenchman, great kinship to Louisiana, Napoleon Bonaparte, the little short person with the complex. Well, he lost the war to Haitian. They were trying to colonize and keep Haitian under colonization, and they got defeated. And what that does, that triggers the fact that the United States government had a chance to buy Louisiana because of Napoleon Bonaparte failing. So Clay Higgins should do his history. Maybe he's upset that the Haitian ancestors beat his Cajun ancestors or French-speaking people back in the day. So we know the history. So Clay Higgins make those very racist comments about the Haitian, but do he know his real history, what real warriors are? Slapstick gangsters? Clay Higgins, look at you in that vest right there. You're a slapstick cop. You know? Slapstick cop.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, you know, and I'm doing a little recording so we get it everywhere. But like I said, we know that I have dealt with him before. And I can go back and get the evidence. Everybody, your name is not in the newspaper. Everybody gonna say, oh no, you ain't saying nothing. Well, I dealt with him when he was so-called a champion to take down the Gremlin gang. Clay Higgins challenged one of the members, Mr. Carter, who is a well-known rapper right now. And I talked to his dad already. I'm not going to say his rap name because I don't have permission. But I know his last name is Carter. And Brother Carter was supposedly a member of the Gremlin gang. And we know within ourselves that there was no real gang in Abbeville. You might have had some people thinking they're gangster, but you ain't have no gang affiliation. Okay? And when he say the Gremlin gang and he challenged the man to a fight. Now my question is, what law enforcement agency or law enforcement official, should be inviting somebody to a violent confrontation? I mean, that's really, to me, that was a violation of the young man's constitutional rights when you put him under danger. When you saying you'll kick his butt. when you forgot about the judge. You forgot about the DA. Okay? You forgot about the system of justice. Clay Higgins became judge and prosecutor,
Yeah.
okay, and police. But he lost his job over those statements.
Well,
Even
though Rev,
the
before that, he engaged in police brutality as a member of Opelousas Police Department. That was kept quiet. Nothing was said about it. He was allowed to resign under former Chief Perry Gallo, and nothing was said of it. And that's the problem. We have officers who do a lot of bad stuff, and they go on to other jurisdictions, such as the one who engaged in police federal offense, beating a handcuffed suspect for Corey Laperouse, a former Iberia Parish Sheriff Deputy who ascended to the office of Assistant Chief in the city of St. Martinville. And we questioned that on our platform. Why did they hire him as an Assistant Chief? And he went on to try to assault someone in his police chief office in St. Martinville. So he was, I think, put on leave or temporary term fired or whatever, and they go recommend and fine him. So why keep having these same people such as Clay Higgins being entrusted to be police officers in our community when they have some racist tendencies, Reverend Brown?
Yeah. Okay, so exactly. You know, you got these officers who are anti-black, running around, go around black events, giving out little small change, maybe take a couple of pictures with some black elected officials, some black officials or activists. They feel big. They feel like they, look at me, I'm in the newspaper. You take a picture, the press is there, and what'll happen, Jay? They'll wind up in the newspaper.
Right.
And so they bragging on, we Conor McClay Higgins, man, he told me he want to put together some kind of fund something for some youth program.
Right.
This is the deal. These racists, you need to separate from them, and you should organize your own fundraiser and leave these racists. I don't want nothing from Clay Higgins. I want Clay Higgins to resign, and I want him out of office because to me, this is my opinion. Okay, and I'm disclaiming is that to me he's a cop and he's a racist. Okay, and all I'm saying is that I called him out. He was wrong for what he said, and I am calling for another rally against him. I am on Real Talk. Anybody want to call me? My number is 504-906-6285. You can call me. We can organize a rally against Clay Higgins. Statements he have made in the past, statements he recently made about the Haitians, the racist attitude toward black leaders, black congresswomen. We can go back.
Yeah, not only that. Yeah.
Okay.
Every time there's a hearing, he gets there and he try to insult. He actually and he know what he's doing. He's insulting black folks at the forefront. Anybody of color. The guy who's head of the EPA appointed by President Biden, he's a black guy. And the guy came down to Cancer Alley and he announced a major lawsuit against the company. So before the hearings at the House, the House of Representatives, he insulted the guy.
Right.
And so this is what we have to do.
Well, as you know, I'm in partnership with the National Urban League. Mark Murray, I have voiced his distaste for the words, the statements that Clay Higgins have made. Also, Governor Jeff Landry. Look, we have a right to disagree with y'all. If we disagree with y'all, we come and file for a grant. You don't want to give it to us. You're hurting the people you're supposed to be representing. You ain't hurt. Listen, we should have a right in this country to speak freely. I'm not even going to mention we have the First Amendment right. We have rights as human beings.
Yes, human beings.
Not just the First Amendment rights.
To speak.
As a human being, we have human rights to speak our mind. And we demand justice. And the way these cats, they want to get rid of every program that is good for black folks. Look at the DA office in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. All these DAs across the state, you're talking to black man from the city of New Orleans. What's wrong with all? You got 64 parishes. All these cities, state, these city DAs everywhere, that you're going to only target Orleans Parish? Come on. And then they use Leon Canizaro's daughter, former DA of New Orleans. His daughter, I don't want to talk about her because we had a bad fallout one time in the middle of court. Because I was standing up in court one day when she was listening. She was a DA working for her dad, which is conflict of interest. And I was standing like a seat row behind her. You know what she told me? You get from behind me. I said, look, you talking to me? Is something wrong? I go, you know what? I'm going to leave because I know you're trying to get me locked up. So you know what? I sense she'd have burst out. He touched my back. They would arrest me. So I just moved on. But Leon Canizaro's daughter came against Jason Williams. Right. Of course, Jason Williams had some problems, Brother Jay, in the past. Okay. He had some problems because he said he was not going to prosecute juveniles. You know he said that. Right. He took that back. My thing is, it's time for y'all to stop making commitments to the community. Mm-hmm. You take it back. So he prosecuting juveniles as an adult. He told us he wasn't going to do it. But yet, he took it back. He got a couple of juveniles on, with life in prison. You see, because if you prosecute a juvenile, they only can do 32 years. That's it. A juvenile cannot do life. Okay? That Supreme Court say that a juvenile, you can't give a juvenile life. And but if you try him as an adult, you can give him life in prison. And this is what we got to understand. I love him. If you go back in line and say, oh, he was talking bad about you, Jason. No, I wasn't. I was talking the facts. The fact of the matter is, Jason Williams told us, Norris Henderson, me, and many others, he would not prosecute juveniles as an adult. But he have done it. He took back his word. In other issues that we don't like. We don't like, Cardell Hayes. If that was a police officer that would have shot the Saints player, that cop would have never went to jail. Why? Because Cardell Hayes and the man threatened him with a gun. Yet they found the gun in the car and they ignored that. So what I'm saying is that justice can't be just for some. It's got to be for all. I back Cardell Hayes. I don't know what happened. I know you're not supposed to chase nobody after no property. Right. I know this. As a security guard, I know you're not supposed to chase nobody after property. Once your property get damaged, that's not grounds to hurt nobody. Okay, that's a fact. That's law. But what I am saying is that the injustice that we face, I might disagree with Jason, but I love him. And I want him to know that we want to sit down with him and say, look, man, you made some mistakes. You got to confess it. White folk put you under some pressure. I know people like you to use the word white folk. You don't hear that too much. Right. But white folks put him under pressure and he caved in. We got to have some strong black leaders in our community. And this is why Mark Muriel have decided, Brown, I want you out there. You just told me about the situation that's going on up there in Monroe, where Ronald Green. Yeah. And they have washed that thing under the rug. You have no activists out there protesting. You can't bring out 25 people and get results. Jay, can I tell it like it is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Stuff was not organized right. When I came down there to organize the largest, we organized the largest march in America, Free the Gina 6. It wasn't no 1 day or 2 days. It was almost a whole month of protesting, organizing, maybe more. You can't not get justice with 25 people walking around the courthouse. Then you show up with celebrity, and you know, Benjamin Crump, our friend, but Benjamin Crump said it himself. Mark said it. Then you show up with a celebrity, and guess what? You got 200 people because they're coming to shake hands and take pictures with celebrity. Come on, talk to me, brother. We got to organize. Mark told me, Brother Brown, Rev, you got to organize from the ground up. Jay, you told me, Brown, you need to go to Gina. Ain't nobody know nothing about no Gina. You know?
Yeah.
We have Tony Brown saying he was the first and all that, but we know that's not true.
He's the first and everything.
We know that Tony Brown read out the Town Talk paper. He was just going like any other radio person, looking at the Town Talk paper. He said, what did he say? He said, I read the Town Talk, there's tension at Gina High. Then he got in touch with a couple of family members and he called his radio station. But Jay, we were boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Huh? Organized the first march in Gina, way before Sharpton came.
Yeah, we have
way before Jesse came.
Iconic pictures and video. You standing in front of the LaSalle, that's LaSalle Parish courthouse. We got a bunch of those pictures back in 2007, 2008.
We not playing, brother. We serious. Anybody listening better know. If y'all want to organize, I'm ready. But I'm not compromising my principles for those politicians. And that's why I guess they don't want me to come down there. I've been trying to come to several churches that don't want me down there, but I'm letting them know eventually y'all gonna have to invite me because I'm gonna speak the truth. You know, the Mayor Lafayette, all of them, they just keep on making black folk angry. Every time I pick up the paper or see something, some city councilman or somebody is doing something wrong. Police is targeting black people for no reason, only because they're black. You understand what I'm saying?
And before we segue too far and get out of this, go into slightly, almost the same subject, but slightly different. I want to bring this up again. Let's see. I have my picture right here. I want to put it up screen. Clay Higgins' words, and again, I just remind people of the Haitian history with Louisiana. They were victorious. And matter of fact, Clay Higgins wouldn't have a Louisiana if it wasn't for the Haitians beating the hell out of him. But here's this picture.
Yes.
This picture right here. I want to say Clay Higgins want to denigrate Haitians and what they eat and stuff like that. You know, saying that's what they eat, which was a lie. That was a white man who grabbed some geese, Trump and all of them lying. But here's what Cajuns eat. That's what Cajuns eat right there on the screen. They eat wild hogs, they eat possum, snakes, alligators, everything that outside of this culture in South Louisiana you would think is the nastiest thing to grow on. Mud bugs would refer to.
Hey Jay.
They eat
Oh
everything
Jay.
that other civilizations or other cultures would call nasty. But yet, Clay Higgins gets a free pass. The Black Caucus in the state legislative body didn't open their damn mouth. If they did, I never heard of it. And I know I keep.
Well, look, check this out. Say, Brother Jay.
Cowards in Baton Rouge, or they under the influence of the lobbyists, or they just plainly scared of Clay Higgins. I just want to add
Brother Jay
about how nasty do the Cajuns eat. If 70% of the Cajuns in South Louisiana voted for Clay Higgins, they support Clay Higgins, they support what he say. Well, Cajun, this is how you eat, but your boss, Clay Higgins, say, the Haitians eat nasty.
Look, that hog. I don't eat meat at all, but they
That's
eat
a
that
nasty
pork.
hog too. That's not just a plain.
No, they
That's
eat
not
that
just a
pork.
plain pig.
Let me tell you, I like crawfish. I do not eat meat, but if a guy say if you're gonna eat a crawfish, you rather just eat a cockroach. He said the same stuff that come out of a crawfish is the same type of matter that comes out of cockroach. They be sucking it in their mouth, all that yellow stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna talk about the Haitians. In defense of my Haitian brothers and sisters, they was coming over here for a better life. And it shined light that they got a place of refuge in Ohio, Springfield, Ohio. We want to say thank you, Kamala Harris. Thank you for allowing them to come into this country legally. Legally. They had their green card. And it was a white woman, several of them, but this white woman stood in front of the city council or the commissioner, whatever they call themselves, still regulators, stood in front of them and said, they took my cat, they stole my cat with no evidence. She had no evidence at all, not one piece of evidence. She don't like immigrants. So you know what? You know how Republicans do. They talk about those people, call them, say they contaminating America. They say some horrible things about, right? They say horrible things about human beings. Okay? Sure, some of our black people, they're coming to take your job. That's not true. Many of those jobs that they are working on, y'all don't want anything. Let's just be honest now.
A large part of the jobs, in
Kamala Harris,
Hispanic migrants or temporary green card people, those construction companies hired him. Those sugarcane farmers hired him. Every last sugarcane farm truck that I see hauling the sugarcane to the mill, that's Hispanic drivers. They are being brought in by these companies who are what you call holding companies, mega companies, farm companies, and most of them, the people who own these companies, run these companies, they give to the Republican donors. So that's a game they're playing. That's a game they're
playing. Right, look,
Jay. They've been lying, much like Albert Lee Guillory comes on our radio station and lies about who's putting the migrants in these black-led cities in New York and Chicago. He know Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott, they the one who are paying to bus these people to these black-led cities. And so I hate it when they lie so bold-faced, and that's what the Republican Party has turned into, more than a bunch of liars, straight-up liars. You know.
Look, Jay, let me tell you, man, they lied. Let me tell you what they tried to do. They staged several incidents to make it look like Trump was recruiting blacks and that blacks were sick of the Democratic Party. One thing they did, they went around this lady, forgot her name. She well known in the Republican circle. Say she Hispanic, but I think she a white lady. She said, asking black people, do you know who Abraham Lincoln is? Do you know who Abraham Lincoln? In other words, they're trying to say that, trying to compare Trump to Abraham Lincoln. And Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. And the black man was like, confused, like he couldn't answer the question. Say, if you're trying to, I would have told her, look, it was staged because a smart black man would have said, what are you trying to do? You trying to get me to, trying to compare Trump with Abraham Lincoln? Woman, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to walk away. Okay, I want to give you 5 minutes. You better be out of my face, because that's insulting and that's degrading to ask a black man a silly question. I know in first grade that Abraham Lincoln in the Emancipation Proclamation. Do you know that Democrats was the one that was lynching y'all? Republicans are lynching us now. Republicans are doing blocking our legislation. The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, the John Lewis Voting Rights Bill, and other issues. When you deal with Breonna Taylor, who was no-knock warrants, what happened? Why the Republicans are against no-knock warrants? Who want to come by somebody's house and knock on their door and surprise them? And when they up with their gun, you kill them. You're setting them up to kill them. So when you got this stuff going on right now, no-knock warrants, chokeholds, gotta have them stopped. So I mean, why are people thinking, oh, we come so far in the civil rights? No, we haven't. You carry your Uncle Tom butt somewhere else. We have not come so far. We are still struggling as a people. You think these people out here selling dope, ODing, gang violence is still going on? And it just not happened under the Democratic administration. It was here when Trump was in there. It was here when George Bush was in there. All I'm saying, Jay, is that everything, oh, y'all better come over to the Republican Party because y'all been a slave to the Democrat for over 200 years.
Reverend, what I don't understand, I don't get I get the logic that you have some problems with the Democratic Party. I'm a registered independent. That's proof right there. My thing is this, when it comes to the mindset of the MAGA crowd compared to the regular Democrats, whether or not we have a beef with the Democrats, whether or not we do, and we disappointed, reparations, all these major things. But a group that is so blatantly racist, you're going to accept them because you're mad at this other group. So what I'm saying, if a person voice his opinions about who they're going to support and if you're going to play the election game, why are you getting so angry that you want to roll so hard on that person because he's for that particular person that you're against? When you're not as hard and against that person who's actually doing all the damage on the surface. Now, if Kamala Harris and the Democrats and Joe Biden in the 1994 crime bill was wrong and whatever they did at her as a prosecutor and so forth, that's all
right.
Of living and learning and keep on moving and to keep the eternal fight on. So you saying I'd rather not vote for them because I'm upset with him, but I need to let Donald Trump come and cleanse the earth. Because even though it's not him, the mindset of the racist people out here, it mirrors pre-Nazi Germany. And if that's what you
want, look, Jay.
What I'm saying, Rev, they're prepared to burn the house down. They don't care. It's like we all in the house and things are bad outside. The people won't come inside, want to come burn the house. So we say, let them come and burn the house down and let it happen. Go ahead.
Okay, Jay, listen.
Just take it, let it happen. Let it be bad. That's the only way we could change things. But there's no promise for things going to be good once that bad part come in. You see, I don't understand the logic of what they're doing. And they get mad, so mad.
Look, Jay,
they don't even put their energy at the people who's out there doing the damage.
Let me respond to that. See, because you get me stirred up now. Okay. So you have these leaders, and I love them. I love Omar Johnson. But to get on there and say that the 2020 election was stolen from Trump, Omar Johnson said that? Omar Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson, got on some kind of podcast saying that I really think, I talked that the election was stolen, that it was cheated out of, look, listen. That's a poor way of getting some undercover donations. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot
Because
of
they
it is
paying,
driven,
they,
a lot
this
of
what I'm
it is
saying.
driven
They paying
by
all these,
people who have
they
ideology
paying, Jay,
differences with the system of America. I understand that part. We know a lot of groups
no, listen,
and religious
listen.
groups don't want to be a part of America for historically. We understand that part. But when they're rolling on people who participating, that's where they're wrong at. And they're being so harder on the person who want to participate than the people who've been doing the actual damage out there. I don't get it.
Right, but look, like I told Brother Darrell, Muhammad, I'm glad that you changed your position. You was anti Kamala Harris, but you was not talking about Trump. And when you changed, I said, look, I have no problem, Jay, with black activists attacking Kamala. But don't attack Kamala only. You insinuating that you're backing Trump. The goal was to get black males to vote for Donald Trump. Some of it worked, a little bit of it. But most of black people are not voting for him. He is a straight up racist and hater of the black race. You get nothing out of him. And like I told Brother Darrell, criticize both. In his last televised program, he spoke very eloquently against both. And that's how you do it. You don't come against your sister Kamala Harris. You don't do it. Okay? So
And another
yeah.
thing, Rev,
So you don't come against
if you're
you
not
don't
gonna
come against your
participate-
sister Kamala
if
Harris.
you're not going to participate, don't say nothing. Get out the way. The
Now you're
only
talking
thing I
now.
can say when you that vocal and you're that in tune to doing things to say don't support this person, that you're getting driven by some algorithm out there, reading a lot of propaganda, a lot of Russian propaganda, a lot of organization that the Republicans might have brainwashing you. And my thing, I try to be more independent and keep my deep personal issues to myself, but I do speak on the issues. But the whole issue of the black community rolling hard on each other over the election, that is so crazy. That is so crazy. And unless some of us were leading us to disaster, then I would be worried, you know. But all that.
Yeah, you know, like I say, I'm back in.
sense.
You know, I'm back in Kamala Harris, and I'm proud to be supporting her. The National Urban League cannot get involved in politics, so they don't. They neutral because you know of their status. But my is personally, I'm backing Kamala, and I hope she win. We don't know. Trump is a member of the white supremacist movement in America. He must be eliminated politically. Don't use violence on him. Eliminate him politically at the polls. We can win. I'm an independent, a Green Party member. I'm not backing Jill Stein. I'm backing Kamala Harris. And I'm letting everybody know her vision is you're only going to have one or the other. You're going to have Trump or you're going to have Kamala. I'm backing this bold black woman. She needs some reform. She needs some peppering up. But I think that we can all come together in unity.
You know what?
On November 5th, we can do it. Now, I'm going to go back to Omar Johnson. Omar Johnson said some things about, if Trump don't win, trying to scare black people, it's going to be a race war if we don't get Trump. Look, you know what? Black folks ain't scared of white people no more. Those days are over.
Check if he said something crazy.
Over. Black folks are not afraid of white people anymore. They got money and power, but we are not afraid no more, Jay. Them days are over. But our fear is losing our jobs.
How hard these people try to roll on them. And the thing is, Rev, if we, again, if you don't want to participate, if you're just doing it because you say the system, I like to see the people who tell you don't participate in the system of election. I like to see them don't go renew their driver's license, don't pay their car insurance, run a red light, don't obey the United States traffic laws of the traffic on the road traffic signs. If you're gonna tell somebody to drop out and don't participate, you might as well do it all the way. When you're gonna say you'd rather have one leader who wanna lose jobs than have another leader who might make a few more jobs and keep you unemployed, maybe you need to start examining that. Because I think all those who are on social media coming out so hard on people for participating, for supporting one, if they was to lose their job today based on that other leader who they tell you to don't criticize, Donald Trump. If that other leader comes in there and you lose your job, I want to see where you gonna stand.
Okay.
And it's
let me tell you.
To be for some of them be on social media bashing other people for their disagreement. Now you could disagree on policy, but don't disagree with a person who just want to participate because whatever his belief system
in the political process
has a belief system, And if you
now listen to this, Brother Jay,
driving you to do crazy stuff, then you in the wrong belief system.
Okay, Brother Jay, listen to this. Mm-hmm. You have these people who are out chasing clout. That means putting money in their pocket too. Mm-hmm. Now, the Republican Party will pay a black man who had a program like you with this kind of stellar look. They'll pay him to trash black people and back Donald Trump. They'll pay him. Now listen to me good. Omar Johnson knows that there's a white racist somewhere. They're gonna, I love what you said about Trump. What can I do to help you? They know money coming in. They know that donations is coming in. I disagree with Rizza Islam. Very intelligent, speak very well. But when he came against Kamala and didn't say one word bad about Trump, and he skied over stuff on Trump, but he know how to speak bad about his sister, but he skied over issues that Trump have said and done, I disagree with him. He need to get his head turned on right.
Reverend Brown, maybe that's the voodoo Clay Higgins was speaking about. Maybe because Trump got some voodoo on certain black folks, maybe that's the voodoo.
Rizza, listen what I'm saying. You got this celebrity, Rizza Islam, this celebrity, Nation of Islam celebrity, running around here, being interviewed by Jesse Lee Peterson, chasing clout. What a black man of his caliber going on Jesse Lee Peterson website, in the podcast saying, Jesse Lee Peterson saying, we got to keep white folks in America. They should not become a minority. If white folks become a minority, it's going to make our nation back. We can't live in this nation, our white people. You didn't challenge him on those statements. When you went on there, you didn't challenge him. Hey, you're going to challenge him, you're going to go on Jesse Lee Peterson, Rizza Islam. You're going to go on Jesse Lee Peterson podcast when he said we need white folks. I don't want to live in America without white people here, and you ain't going to challenge him on his podcast, huh? You chasing clout. See, I don't say all that stuff, I don't criticize, call people, coon and say nasty stuff. That's not right, Jay, to call people coon because people call me coon, sell out, all that. No, Grizzly Islam is a strong brother. No, he's not a sellout. He just was dancing to the music of Donald Trump.
About this
he
election cycle with the political climate in the United States and in the world right now, everything is about, the Temptation wrote a song called Ball of Confusion. That's what we have right here. We got nothing but ball of confusion. And if you don't have a clear head to make a clear choice, you're going to continue to live in a ball of confusion. And that's what comes down to, Reverend Brown.
Right. Look, Jay, I got to go to work. Well, I got to go to work. But let me just get in my last statements, and I got to go. But let me just say this here. To those who want to back Donald Trump, go do it. That's your business. Okay? If not the nation, but if some people in the Nation of Islam think that Donald Trump is going to deliver better goods to the black community, you got it wrong. And that don't mean go around calling y'all a bunch of Uncle Toms and all that, trashing y'all. No, you're not Uncle Tom. But what I am telling you, the Nation of Islam members, since I know for sure that many of them say nice things about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a rotten egg. He's not good for black people. He is not good for America. We must go out and vote, record numbers, take this country back. It belongs to the people, not racist white people. Thank you.
All right, Reverend.
Thank you, brother.
All right, thank you. We'll see you down the line. I really appreciate you. That was Reverend Raymond Brown of New Orleans. He'll be all right.
Thank you.
I want to run this clip by Roland Martin as we close out this show. We'll see you guys next week.
A racist tweet from Louisiana Congressman Clay Higgins has caused a lot of drama on the floor in the United States House. This is the tweet that was sent out right here. So if you see the tweet, man, talk about how pathetic this particular tweet is. He says, LOL, these Haitians are wild, eating pets, voodoo, nastiest country in the Western Hemisphere, cults, slapstick gangsters. But damned if they don't feel all sophisticated now, filing charges against our president and VP. All these thugs better get their mind right and their ass out of our country before January 20th. Folks, that literally was posted not to his personal account. That was posted to his congressional account. Well, in the last hour, that absolutely ticked off members of Congress, black members of Congress. At one point, a number of them were surrounding Clay Higgins, including Congressman Byron Donalds. Not sure what his role was, Republican out of Florida. But Congressman Stephen Horsford demanded he take the tweet down, and he actually did. Horsford also went to the floor to try to get a censure motion against Higgins. Again, all this has been transpiring in the last hour. Of course, it has been Donald Trump and J.D. Vance ramping up their attacks on Haitians in Springfield, Illinois, especially after Trump's speech just the other night. And so I'm going to try to show you what took place on the floor. But this has been going on, again, the whole back and forth. This is the tweet right here that started it all. Right here, this particular tweet right here, this from Louisiana Congressman Clay Higgins. I want to bring in, I'm going to go to my panel right now. I want to bring them in also. Before I do that, I'm going to show you what Donald Trump had to say at his rally in Indiana, Pennsylvania about Haitians in Springfield.
Kamala has illegally flown in more than 500,000 migrants right when she was saying, no, we don't want to do that. And she's got, these guys actually want these people in our country. It's not even believable. Working with left-wing nonprofits to inundate Pennsylvania communities, changing the character of small towns and villages all over our country and changing them forever. They will never be the same. They will never be. Do you think Springfield will ever be the same? I don't think. The fact is, and I'll say it now, you have to get them the hell out. You have to get them out. I'm sorry. To get them out. Can't have it. Can't have it. They've destroyed it. It's terrible. It's terrible to say, and it's a tough thing to do. You know, you're going to take in some murderers and things, and you'll put them on the planes and the buses, and you're going to start doing it. Dwight Eisenhower holds the record. Believe it or not, he was a moderate kind of a guy, General Eisenhower, president. And he has the record. He couldn't stand people pouring into our country, and he took a lot and took them out. He's very strong on that. And we have to be strong. We have no choice because this is not sustainable by any country. There's no country that can do this. I mean, what were they thinking when they did it?
Folks, that was last night. We have continued to see how Republicans have been targeting Haitian immigrants there in Springfield, Ohio. Now, because of that, the leader of a nonprofit representing the Haitian community invoked a private citizen's right to file charges against these MAGA Republicans. The Haitian Bridge Alliance made the move after the local prosecutors' inaction. Jerlene Joseph, co-founder and executive director of the Haitian Bridge Alliance, joins us right now to explain why they took action. Glad to have you here. First off, before we get to your lawsuit, just your thoughts on this drama on the House floor where this Republican from Louisiana said those vile things about Haitian immigrants on his official congressional Twitter account.
Well, and thank you so much for having me. It is a disgrace. That's basically what it is. For a congressional member to be able to be allowed to post this type of vile, derogatory language against a group of people is unacceptable. So what we are seeing is just unacceptable on the floor of Congress, the floor of the people's house.
We're going to short it in a moment what Congressman Stephen Horsford had to say there on the floor. But again, what you see are Republicans who are picking up on this, and they are attacking Haitian immigrants all across this country, making up things and just saying vile, shameful, despicable, demeaning things about them.
You know, this is not the first time we've had to deal with this type of language.
Well, I want to come back before we go off the air and thank people for supporting Real Talk TV. Again, you could catch us tomorrow on AOC Community Media, Cox 15 and LUS Channel 3 on the Open Line Radio Show live from the studios of KIEE 88.3 FM. We appreciate the staff and management of AOC Community Media. Please support community-based media. Getting a little ahead of myself, ready to log off, but please support community-based media people.